My name is Preciado. I'm an artist. Has been living in Silicon Valley for the last 20 years. I moved from SoCal and then from New Jersey, but I originally grew up in San Jose, California. And I've been doing sculpture, drawing, painting, a little bit of photography, a lot of watercolor, based on the human form and based on landscape. My way of doing art comes from my childhood when a telephone repairman threw some wires down. I started building armies out of telephone wire and using the multicolors to explore color and texture and so forth and so on. Art has always been a liberating force for me because as a poor child I had to make do and create my own kind of scenarios and environments. So I got into art because it was the most free, least constraining. And I do expressive art and big, fat, sloppy brushstrokes because I can. Because nothing forces me to go anywhere but wherever my heart desires, and because I have such a random kind of loose way of doing things, it fits perfectly with my art. I cannot teach that way, but I can certainly do art that way. So I moved from doing the human figure to ballerinas to landscape. Those all came with changes in my lifestyle and perception of, for instance, the female form, and how I related to it, how I behaved towards it, and my work changed because of that. We went from submissive female form to a powerful ballerina. And then went to landscape because I got tired of doing the same thing over and over again, as most artists do. Most artists naturally change organically. I naturally got into clay in high school and in college because it was the most expressive medium of all the mediums I was approaching. And it was about my fingers getting dirty and pressing into clay, and half the time you see my fingerprints in the clay anyway, because I'm even more roughshod with sculpture than I am with painting. And it was the tactile feel of controlling something and making something happen from my mind that attracted me to the clay. It could work fast in, and I found out when I was at San Jose State, the faster I worked on clay and produced little clay things, the more I sold. It was about commerce in college. And then later on, it was just about the love for materials, because I just loved working with clay. And I love working with kids with clay because they love clay. And I think I got into teaching because of clay too. So doing sculpture and making sculptural statements has been more about the process than the end result. Sometimes I like the product, but it's doing it as I'm doing it that it satisfies me. That's why it's hard for me to think of it commercially these days. It's easier just to think, what can I explore and do with it that makes me happy. So that's why I switched from clay to bubble wrap to foil to all kinds of materials, because to me they all have viability. Clay remains something that I can market and merchant. I think that I'm attracted to any kind of media that speaks to me and has flexibility and is bright sometimes and easily moldable.